What's up, guys? Shane Delphox here, back with another video. Today we have our PCA. It's kind of like a draft analysis. I don't know. We're taking over for a team in PCA. In fact, it's our boy Moki Wolf. His team just made some transactions and stuff. This league is run by my boy Cameron. His link will be in the description below. He's a good friend of mine. Let's just get started. First off, we have Celestial here. You guys know what this thing does. I use it a lot. I use it a lot, but like I didn't want to FA it because like there was not much left. That was like really good points because it's a 16-person draft, and yeah, but it can just sweep your team so easily. Or it could be bulky, take hits. With like Leech Seed, Protect, that stuff, and it gets a lot of coverage. Unfortunately, I can't make it a Z user because of how Z users are. There's 30 points, and then it goes on how many points the wine is worth. And Celestial is worth 18, and that's just too much. Next we have Latios here. This thing, I've used Mega Latios before, but never Latios. This thing's a big threat on both the physical and special side. Special side because it has 130 attack. I mean special attack, and then physical because D-Dance, and it gets a plethora of coverage. It gets Z Memento. And yeah, it's Z user, and Memento's cool to help something set up and sweep. You could run like kinda run bulky, like not physically bulky, but like especially bulky, I guess. With like Calm Mind, and I think it gets like, well, I mean, I think it's like barrier and shit like that. Maybe. No, but I don't know. We'll make some stuff happen. Next we have a mon that I've been wanting to try for so long, but I was never able to get. But now we have it. It is Mammal Swine. This thing, it gets Thick Fat, which is a really good ability for it. It gets some coverage, like knock off Iron Head, it can set rocks, Stone Edge. It gets nice priority and Ice Shard. If for some reason I want to run a special set, it gets Freeze Dry. I don't know what I'd want it for, but like it really doesn't feel too many. Actually, it kind of can. You could run like Sash Endeavor, you could run it Scarf, you could just run it Life Orb. So there kind of is a lot of stuff that you could do with it. But the stuff that it does really well. Next we have Siren, our Primarina. This thing's an amazing wall. It like, well, it wouldn't, okay, this thing's like a pretty good wall on the special side. Not that good physical defense, but like, it's fine. And also it's kind of slow, but this thing's, I was about to say tier 3, but we're in a points drop. But it's a good specs user, good assault vest user. It gets a bit of coverage, but the coverage it gets is the coverage it needs, which is really nice. Pretty good typing in Water Fairy. And yeah, next we have Luke's Fistblades. I don't know about that nickname, but you know, Rotom Heat, Game Boy Luke. Game Boy Luke did that like rap tag thing a while ago. Luke spits flames. This thing, it like, something, like a lot of stuff, like has a bad HP stat but has good defenses, like Toxapex, Coffin, that stuff. Same with this thing. It's not as good as a wall, but it does have more offense. Sorry if you hear noises in the background. It's just family. Decent speed tier in 86, meaning it outspeeds all the 80s and 85s. And then like another thing that like really doesn't get too much coverage, but it kind of gets the coverage it needs, like Foul Play, Overheat, which is stab, and then like Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Willow is really all you need with this thing. Next we have Katra R1. You guys have seen me use this thing before. This user, another, like, it gets a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different status moves that you could use for Z. This thing is really nice with this speed 116. When you look at it, those stats don't look so good, but its move pool and ability really makes up for it. And then, it could raise its defense with Cotton Guard. It gets, just look at this, it gets so much coverage and U-turn and status moves, which pairs with the Prankster, which is just amazing. Next we have a Mega that I've been wanting to try for a long time. Oh boy, the Mega Beedrill. This thing provides a few things to our team. It's a very fast and base 145 breaker. Could clean sweep teams easily. It also gets covered. It gets some coverage, and it's really good with that, like Drill Run, Knockoff, Poison Jab, and U-turn / X Scissor. Really, all it needs. If you let this thing set up a Sword Stance on you, you are screwed. Just flat out screwed. Adaptability, boosting its poison and bug type moves by two times, so a 2-time stab. Basically meaning every time it hits you with a stab move, it's doing super effective damage, and plus if it is super effective, and then if it's +2, it's just, you don't want to deal with this thing, because that is 6 times. It's like 6 times damage, which, as long, wait, okay, so 20, 30, 40, 50, wait, 20, 30, wait, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So, if the move does at least 20% to you, you're dead. If it's +2 and stab, yeah, this thing's just a monster. Next we have our boy Ballo, this crafty. This thing, really nice, really nice bulk. 65, another thing, bad HP, but good defense stats. But this thing also gets like Drain Punch and stuff. For recovery, I could also run like Rest, Shed Skin. Acid Spray is a really nice move to lower the target's special defense. It gets Dragon Dance, so it gets sweep stuff. Fake Out, nice priority, and it gets hella coverage. It gets a lot of coverage. Next, we have Orange's Wife, Blissey. I really don't like Blissey and Chansey because they're very passive, while one being walls. Like, they're walls, but like, they're not doing anything back to you other than Seismic Toss and Toxic. I guess you could like run like Calm Mind or something, but like, I'm not really a big fan of that. But this thing, it's decent. Like, it could serve as a cleric with Heal Bell. It has a really reliable recovery in Soft Blood. It could Wish Pass. Gets a lot of coverage that I likely won't be using because it doesn't attack well, but yeah. Next we have Punishment, because Tenta, Cruel, and Unusual Punishment. Haha, I'm so funny. I never noticed how much coverage this thing gets, like Fairy Grass. It gets enough. We have the second T-Spiker along with Mega Beedrill, but this thing's more reliable as a T-Spiker. It is pretty decent special wall with 80 HP and 120 SPDF, and also, crap, I refreshed. Something that most people look over is its speed. Base 100 is nothing to slouch at, especially for something like this. That's like pretty good wall. Another thing with Acid Spray, which is something I really like, Haze. Don't look over Haze. Another, this is our first, Rapid Spinner, Knockoff. Just really good mon. And then Next we have I Believe I Can Fly, because for some reason this thing gets fly. Like, it's like some rocket thingy. We have our boy Golurk here. 124 attack is really nice. Pretty decent wall with 80. Although, well, I mean, if you run it bulky, then it's a pretty decent wall. But like, other than not really. But it's fine. This thing gets plethora of coverage. Really nice rock cider with like sash lead or something. Also good rock polish sweeper. Just look at all that coverage and say this thing is really bad. You can't. So that was the video, guys. If you guys liked it, make sure to like, subscribe. You guys know what to do. I'm out. Peace.